Here we go, another day. 311, Macrobius. The same poet, when he expressed in his 6 books, the night also begins, for when he had said, what have we got? Aurora, it's the morning, when it's now in the middle of the axis. That's you imagine the sun's going through the sky and in its rosy chariot, and it's in the middle of its course. This is the upper air in its course. It's triaculating, it's crossing over the upper air, and it's reached its middle of its course. In turn, they're having conversations. The Vate, the Sibyl soon suggests, night's rushing in, Aeneas. We spend the hours in flending. Flendo is weep. So thus, it's very observable. He's describing that the initial part, the beginning of the day and night, according to its civil definition of the Roman law, it looks like in the middle of the night's when the day begins, if you want to take it that way. Okay, the days are thus divided. Primum. First, there's the time of day. It is said to be in the middle of the night when it's inclining, so the day's beginning after the middle of the night. I might put a comma there for the hell of it. Then there's cock crows. That's when the roosters go off in the morning. Then they grow quiet. When also these it's in plural, these roosters, they grow quiet. And the humans, even at this time, they're still resting and they're quiet. I'll make it a bit more exciting and put a hyphen there. Then there's dilucium. This is where you start to see light. As you can tell from the look there, it's from light. It's a diminutive. This is when you begin to diagnose the day. You begin to discern that it's daylight. Then comes early morning. Mane can be a noun. A lot of times it's a adverb. This is when the day becomes bright. So the sun's up and now it's bright. 13. However or moreover, mane's dictum. You say mane either when or because it comes from the inferior place. This is where the manes live. Dead people are called manibosses. So the light, the exordium of this light, the beginning of this light emerges from these low places. And so this could be why it's called man. But it seems true to me that from this good omen of a name comes. For, in early Latin, B's and V's got mixed up a bit. For the people who live in this place, in Italy, instead of good, they say mane. Just as a put us, also, when something is contrary to good would be bad, so we say eman. In mane, it's monstrous. So man means good, iman means bad. As a huge beast or an ugly beast, and an iman facinus, a bad crime or deed, and others of this cateroganus, for no good, when things are not good. Deinde. Then or next, from mane, from morning to meridium. It's the word for south and midday. This is the middle of the day. Then the time supra this, or what is now over this, is called the time oncidium. Sometimes used for west as well. It's also the death of the sun, the time the sun goes down. And soon after this becomes the supreme time. This is the last bit of the day time, just as is expressed in the 12 tablets. Setting of the sun, let it be called a supreme time. Okay. 15. Then there's Vespers, which monks used to use in the Middle Ages. It's twilight, which is drawn from the Greeks, extracted from the Greeks. For they say Hespero, from the star, the Hesperus. And there's the Greek version of it. From where Italia is named Hespera by the Greeks, I guess, Of course, it's subjecta to the dative because it sits under the sun, the setting sun. From this time, it's called first fax. It's the first time we use torches. Then it's bedtime, concubia, where everyone goes off the bed. Then there's a timeless time. In tempesta, there's a time when there's no time, which is not considered a suitable time for gerunding rebuses, for doing business. This is the observed divisions by the Romans of the civil day. Therefore, with night coming, when it begins to be the middle of the night, it will be the auspices of the Saturnalia. That can't be right, it must be Moss. According to custom, this is the beginning of tomorrow day. Okay. 4. This, when all had praised the memory of Albinus, as if he was a promptuarium of old things, so pantry or something you'd call it. Praetextus, saying avienum, accusing in the present participle sense, whispering to a dative, to Furius. So he saw this guy, Avian, whispering to Furius. What's this, my Avinus? He said that to one Albinus, you want to indicate something secretly from the rest of us. Tulmili. Then he said, I am moved indeed by the authority of Caecane. Neither am I ignorant of this error in such a doctrine, not to fall into such an error of doctrine. Nevertheless, ores meas, my ears, something has struck my ears. The novelty of his use of this word of words. When he said future night and tomorrow day, more than or rather than the coming night and tomorrow, he preferred to say, as is pleasing to the rules of Latin, I guess. I suppose I should pick some word to daily dictionary, but they all seem rather simple. Dinosky, I suppose. Let's have a look at this. Let's whack in Latin to English. And probably there's a gap there. Well, doesn't want to say anything about it. Let's go to Dinosco. There we go. An old form Dinosco. To distinguish, discern one thing from another, perhaps not anti-Augustine. Use it with ab, with an ablative, with an accusative, and with relative clauses. Will do.